Victoria. Wait, oh yeah, let's close those doors if we can. That would be great. Oh, I love you. Okay, so really quickly, if you gotta be in the picture if you're gonna be in the picture. So really quickly. So thank you guys for coming to this ribbon cutting. I want to let Victoria and Oksana welcome to the chamber. This is like a big official deal. And if you could just say a few words about your business, that would be great. And you guys look amazing, by the way. Like, I love the looks. So, and look, you have all of these. These are your chamber people. These are your chamber ambassadors. These are your chamber friends. These are your chamber support. We're all here to support you and make sure that you are successful with your business. Just hold on to it so careful. Yeah. Oh, no. From the top, because honestly, it's like, yeah, running with scissors. But do you want to tell everybody? Do you want to tell everybody like what tell everybody about your business for a second, and then I'm going to turn it over to Alexis, who's going to run the actual taking of the picture.
Yes. Hi, my name is Oksana Grusing, and this is my twin sister Victoria, and we are known as Victoria and Oksana. We are founders of our rapid immunocellular repair program, where we help hundreds of people globally reverse chronic inflammatory diseases. I'm also a peer-reviewed published immunology scientist. In 2011, I co-authored a book chapter on HIV clinical research. And then in 2018, my research was awarded a top 8 from 500 presentations at the American College of Clinical Congress, which is one of the biggest national medical conferences. And what we do is we help people take their nutrition to the most optimal level for faster cellular repair and immune optimization. So we help them identify what they're currently doing that's still keeping the inflammation levels high, as well as what kind of tools and nutrients their cells need to be able to get back to optimal function.
Oh my God, so to call you Dr. Oksana.
Yes, well, yeah, I have studies in immunology.
So, all right, wonderful. So now what we're gonna do is, I'm gonna help you here, so two of you can, careful, don't, oh my goodness.
Should I hold it too?
Yeah, you can both sort of hold, and we're gonna place it, don't cut yet, don't cut. Okay, and then, and then Alexis is gonna direct you.
If you wanna be in the photo, you have to scoot in. Mandy, you're very short over there.
But this is amazing. This is so good, and we're gonna put it up on social, and don't forget to tag us.
All right, everybody smile. And then whenever you're ready to cut the ribbon, you can go ahead and cut.
3, 2, 1.
I've tried many programs and many different things, and the level of support that you give, the encouragement is like nothing else that I've ever experienced. So I really appreciate that. I mean, when you say that you're there, you are. I mean, I know that you said there would be daily contact, which I was grateful for, but it was so much more than that. I mean, you really are there. It's like you're there all the time, answering questions, calming the anxiousness if something doesn't quite seem right. But you were there every step of the way and said, okay, that's okay. This is what we're going to do. And you always have a plan to handle whatever the situation is. So I really appreciate that.
If it was a car that I really wanted, I would take that money and invest it in that car, with no questions asked. But for my health, I questioned it, and I shouldn't have. And that's how I thought it. I would take the money and put it as a down payment on a car. So why would I not invest that in myself and my health? And so that's the way that I thought about it, and I just did it.
You know, I'm 60, and I want to skip to my 80th birthday, not be dragged there in a wheelchair, which is a real possibility if you don't pay attention to what's going on.
Going to a rheumatologist, and he was wanting to add more medication on to what I was already taking. I was like, this has got to stop. So by the grace of God, you guys came across my feed on Facebook, and I was like, So I looked at it, you know, maybe a day or two, and I saw the testimonies. And then I was like, okay, especially the gentleman that was like 70 years old, and, you know, and he was saying he's about to lose his feet and all that, and he couldn't walk. I was like, oh, wow. So let me just try it. Maybe I'll see if it works for me. I don't know if it will, but I talked to my husband. He's like, look, you can always say you tried. Nothing be the failure but a try, right? I was like, right. I was like, okay. So jumped on it, and he's been proud. He talked to me. He said, I'm proud of you. You stuck with it.
Was always like tired. I couldn't do things. I was not motivated. My motivations come back. My confidence has come back.
We got married like, I guess 6 months ago. And so that's like a couple months in, I got sick and I had to reimagine what our lives would look like. So now, like, I can reimagine my future again and see all our collective goals. And so I'm just gonna have to contact you when we do all those things we always want to do. I think it's amazing too that I found you so soon into my illness, because I could have gone on years, you know, and it just kept getting worse, or taking a medication. Like, I've tried 4 medications in a span of couple months, and I could have just kept going doing that for years. And the fact that I found you so quickly, I think helped me become symptom free very fast.
Started creeping in and getting worse, and I was like, all right, I've had enough. I'm gonna pull the trigger. And you guys seemed legit. I was scared at first, you know, just like everybody else that says, you know, they're scared about hiring coaches or, you know, anybody paying money over the internet. And, you know, I was a little skeptical at first, but what I realized, like, you guys are 100% legit.
Y'all have given me one of the biggest gifts anybody could ever give somebody. So I feel great.
You know, after seeing, you know, tons of doctors, you know, just all different doctors, that's when I went to the holistic doctor. And then that just, you know, was crazy expensive and just so much going on. And so, you know, wanted to try something different.
Everyone else would have just like a tip, like try this recipe and, you know, or little things like that, or make sure you eat more tomatoes or some things like that. So I think yours was the only one where like you actually had, like, you were talking to people and they were telling you about their symptoms getting better. And it was like, I think that sounds really interesting. That sounds much more interesting than what I've seen in some of these other ones.
This was different in the sense that you guided me. I needed that. Like, that's what I wanted. I always tried things on my own, pretty much. I did the gluten-free, dairy-free, sugar-free, and I didn't see any, you know, change or anything. And I was just like, if only I can find someone who would, like, tell me exactly something that has worked for others.
It does make a lot of sense, seems very doable. That's the other thing I loved about this program, was I thought, oh my word, how much time am I going to have to spend in the kitchen prepare, you know, because I did follow some other people who claim they can help you heal from autoimmune disease, but then you have to buy their $500 of supplements, and it's very complicated, and the cost of their program is utterly ridiculous. It's not doable for most people. And when I found out how affordable this was and what I've actually been spending just in blood work alone every year, it was actually less expensive to work with you in comparison to all the medical bills that I have. And everything is just so simple. I mean, it's just laid out for you. I don't have to think a whole lot about what I'm doing, and literally not much time in the kitchen at all, which I love.
Got a gift, Victoria, that you know how to say things in a positive way, and yet being very tactful in your education and your indoctrination. I find that that's a gift that you have.
I'm telling you, when I first started with you, I was taking 9 Advils a day. I take now on average 5, but when I started with you, I was at level 9. Now I can say this morning I woke up with a 5.
So how do you feel? Do you feel glad you decided to do this program, right?
Oh, yes. I forgot to tell you about my psoriasis, because I have psoriasis too. My hands, they don't have psoriasis now.